The Galactic Empire, spanning 1,000 star systems, prided itself on its strict enforcement of law and order. Its iron-fisted rule kept trillions of sentient beings in line. But today, it had made a catastrophic misstep. In a live broadcast transmitted across the galaxy, the Imperial High Council had executed 50,000 humans, colonists from the border world of Arcadia Prime. They were accused of insurrection for refusing to surrender the planet's resources to the Empire's overreaching demands. The broadcast showed endless rows of gallows. The humans stood silently, heads high, as the Imperial enforcers carried out the mass execution. It was meant to send a message of fear. Instead, it became a rallying cry for war. Humanity's response. General Marcus Cain, commander of the United Terran Fleet, watched the broadcast from the bridge of his flagship, Iron Will. The room was silent, except for the muffled sobs of a junior officer. Cain's fists were clenched so tightly that his nails drew blood. "They think they can do this to us," Cain said, his voice low and dangerous. "They think they can butcher our people like animals and get away with it." Admiral Elena Vasquez, his second-in-command, stepped forward. "Sir, the Council's arrogance has blinded them. They believe we're too scattered, too weak to respond." Cain turned to the bridge crew, his piercing gaze sweeping over them. "Weak? They think humanity is weak? They've forgotten what we are. They've forgotten Earth's history. We don't break. We don't bow. And when you hurt one of us, you wake the monster." He turned back to the holographic display of the Empire's capital planet, Fulos. Its towering spires gleamed with alien energy, symbols of power and hubris. "We're going to remind them," Cain growled. "Prepare the fleet. Transmit a message to every human colony, every outpost, every ship. We're no longer at peace. The Empire wants a war. We'll give them hell." Humanity unleashed. Within hours, Cain's message spread across the stars. "Today, the Empire murdered 50,000 of our brothers and sisters. They thought we would cower. They thought we would submit. But they have underestimated the fury of humanity. We will not rest until every spire of Fulos lies in ruins, and every Imperial banner burns. The Empire will learn what happens when you provoke humanity. Prepare for war." The United Terran Fleet, dormant for decades, roared to life. Ships bristling with railguns, plasma cannons, and nuclear warheads gathered at rally points across human space. Volunteers flooded recruitment centers. Factories worked around the clock, producing weapons of war. The Empire had no idea what was coming. The first strike. A month later, the fleet reached its first target, an Imperial supply depot in the Syrian system. The station's defenders, accustomed to quelling minor rebellions, scoffed at the approaching human ships. But their confidence turned to terror as Cain's fleet unleashed its fury. Railgun slugs punched through Imperial hulls like paper. Boarding teams, clad in power armor and wielding plasma rifles, tore through the defenders with ruthless efficiency. The station was left in ruins, its commander executed by the humans in a grim echo of the Empire's broadcast. The message was clear: humanity was no longer playing by the Empire's rules. The turning point. Months passed, and the war escalated. Humanity's ingenuity and relentless drive caught the Empire off guard. Guerrilla tactics, cyber warfare, and psychological operations turned every battle into a nightmare for the Imperials. On Fulos, the High Council convened in desperation. Their fleets were in disarray, their supply lines cut, and their colonies falling one by one. "They're savages," one counselor shouted. "They fight without honor, without restraint." "No," said Councillor Threx, an elder statesman. "They fight like survivors. Like creatures who've known extinction and clawed their way back. We've awakened something ancient in them, something we don't understand." The final battle. The United Terran Fleet arrived at Fulos a year to the day after the Arcadia Prime massacre. The planet's defenses were formidable: orbital platforms, planetary shields, and a fleet 3 times the size of Cain's. But Cain had planned for this. Humanity's greatest minds had devised a strategy to cripple the Empire's defenses. EMP strikes disabled orbital platforms. Cyber attacks shut down the planetary shields. And the fleet unleashed a barrage of weapons so devastating that even the Empire's mightiest ships couldn't withstand it. When the dust settled, Cain's flagship hovered over the Imperial Palace. A single message was broadcast: Justice for Arcadia. Epilogue. The Empire's capital lay in ruins, its power broken. Humanity emerged from the war bloodied but unbowed. The massacre of Arcadia Prime became a rallying point, a reminder of the cost of freedom. And General Marcus Cain, now a legend among humans and aliens alike, uttered the words that would echo through history. They called us savages. They were right. But we are savages with a cause, and nothing in this galaxy can stop us.